Welcome to the Cafe Bean Counter Knits podcast, episode 25. Today is Sunday, March 3rd, 2024. My name is Jessica, and I'm coming to you from Phoenix, Arizona, where I live with my husband. I just want to say welcome to any new or returning viewers. I'm so glad you're checking me out, and I hope that you're all subscribed and you're liking and leaving comments because I love to read all of those and I try to respond to everybody. Okay, so this is my what I did in February update, but my March update. I was trying to do every 2 weeks, but it seems that maybe I'm a monthly podcaster, but we'll see. We'll see how this all goes. So I have some finished objects for you. I have a bunch of works in progress, and I have a couple of acquisitions. So let's get started. Okay. Oh, and I have my February stats to share with you as well, because I'm keeping track of them this year, which is kind of a really good thing for me, and I'm making way more notes, and this is helping my knitting life. So, making it so much easier. Okay, so the first finished object that I have, I'm going to refer to my little notebook just to make sure I have it right. Okay, so I'm going to pop a picture here. I don't have them. This is Knit Picks Felici in the colorway Yipes Stripes. I started these February 11th, and I finished them February 21st. These were 61 grams. So these were a gift for my cousin Electra. So I hope she loves these. Okay. My next finished object is going to be a pair of socks for my friend Elizabeth, who lives in New York. Aren't these beautiful? Okay. So this is Freckled Whimsy in her DK base, and this is 75-25, and this is colorway called Shenanigans. I started these on February 1st, so that you would have seen them on my last podcast, and I finished them on February 6th. Oh, aren't they beautiful? I did... Actually, these, I use 90 grams again. I've been on this kick of using all of the grams that I can. I did 15 rows for the cuff, 40 rows for the leg. I did a slip stitch heel flap and gusset. And these are on my medium size blockers, so that's why they don't fit quite well. But, and I did my gusset, and then I think about 26 rounds after that, and I did just a regular toe. And yes, they use 90 grams. I use the US 3.25, and I did these on 9-inch circulars. And I love the DK on 9-inch circulars because they just fly. I love that there's like 2 pops of pink here and 2 pops of pink here. These don't match, and that's fine, because I think it was a 12 stripe repeat where this blue replaced the pink. Like where in the sequence she had the pink and then the blue, because you don't see that blue again until down here. So where you see it there. I think it was a 12 stripe repeat. I don't have the ball band with me. But yeah, so these are done. My next finished object, let's see, is going to be, and I have cast this on and off since the last podcast. This is, and it's in its case, a hot water bottle holder, or cover, not holder. And the pattern is Hot Water Bottle Cover by Emily Bolden. And I used Malabrigo Rios in the color 725 Chris. I started this February 11th and finished it on February 16th. And this took 73.9 grams. And I used a US 6 4mm. And it fits it perfectly. I haven't actually blocked this. So I put it on there, and I've used it once because my back was bothering me, and it was great. It is a little hard, like right in the top right here, to get it in and out. So I try not to pull it in and out too many times, but I do want to wash this to see how much it actually grow, just slightly, just a little bit, because it is 100% superwash merino wool. So yeah, that is this hot water bottle holder, my third finished object. So my fourth finished object is, and let me flip my page. I love this. I have so many great notes about everything about the sock, when I started it, how many rows I did, and that is honestly, it's been such a lifesaver. This is just my own concoction. I'm just like, you know, making these. I'm putting pretty little stickers. I bought some stickers and stuff. These are just my notes. And there's not one project per page. I'm doing multiple projects per page. Most of the time it's about 2. So this one is another Freckled Whimsy. These are on my small sock blockers. This is the DK Yarn of the Month Club, April 2023. I think that one was March 2023. No, February 2023. So that one was February 2023. This one was April 2023. This one's called Long Time No See. Isn't this beautiful? They don't match. And this one, was it 8? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, it was a 9 color repeat, and I did not want to, because I ended on the gold here, and I'd have to rip out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors, and I wasn't sure I would have enough. So what I did is I just cast on the second one, and I did a 1x1 twisted rib for 15 rows, 41 rows for the leg, shadow wrap heel, and then for my feet, 41 rows, and then a toe. I used a US 3 on 9-inch circulars again for these. And these were 87.7 grams, so just slightly less than the other ones, which were 90, which is interesting because those ones are 90, but they had a heel flap and gusset. These ones were 87, and I did a shadow wrap heel, which is very interesting. And I know that there's more room in there, but I love how shadow wrap fits my little flat Flintstone feet. So, yeah, these I started February 18th, and I finished them February 27th. And I love these. These are so pretty and colorful. These are for me. So, yay! Alright, so that is my last finished object. Okay, so the other thing that I did in February, and I have let me find my project page for that. Nope. Should get like a little bookmark, but I have my 2024 dishcloths. And so in February, I finished 3 orange dishy, which I don't know if I had any in progress before, but probably not. 3 orange dishy that I sent to my mom. I did a blue pink speckled one, and that one is in the laundry because we used it. And then I did a yellow one, and both of those were like leftovers that I had made from a long time ago, like probably 4 years ago. So now I am up to 3, 5, 7 dishcloths so far for 2024. And here's my Make 9. I put some really cool stickers on here. And so far, I've completed my hot water bottle cover. Now I have 42 socks on there. I have 12 dishcloths, which 12 dishcloths is pretty easy. And I have a few other things on there that I want to do. So I'm slowly working towards it. More ideas are coming to me. as you will see, I'm kind of on a sock roll, and that was partially because this past week I had some meetings, and for some reason I thought I was going to be able to knit everything, all of the stuff, but boy was I wrong. So that is all of my finished objects. Let's move. Oh, let me share my stats before I move on and start flipping more pages in my notebook. So my February stats. So I had 2 Freckled Whimsy clubs, just the regular club and the Christmassy club, and then my Storyteller Stitchery. So I had 340 grams come in, and I finished 3 pairs of socks, 2 dishcloths. No, I'm sorry. That was 3, 4, 5 dishcloths and a hot water bottle cover. So that totaled 467.8 grams. So yeah, that was my February stats. And now let's move on to works in progress. Okay, so the first work in progress that I'm going to show you, I have a half-finished object, and I've shown this before. This is my Tessellated Sock by Andrea Mowry, the Totally Tessellated Socks. And the yarn I'm using for this is all yarns from Dye Lot Studios. I'm not going to go into these again because you've seen them and you're probably like, are you going to finish those socks? Yes, I am going to finish those socks. All right, so here we go. Here's where I am almost done with the leg, and then I will move on to the heel. I have these really cool little stitch stoppers that I got from Lofty Loops, Allison. These are really cool. Really, really cool stitch stoppers. So I'm just plugging along on these. These have been on my needles since like Thanksgiving. So I'm pressing on. I think these just take a long time because you're mosaic knitting, and that's really the key right there, is that the rows seem longer. They seem double because you're slipping. But yeah, chugging right along. So that's my first whip. My next whip is, let's see, I just have a tub of all my whips right here, and I'm just pulling from them. So let's see. Oh, so this is awesome. It's next on my list right here. So this is a test knit from Kim from 3 by the Sea, and I have it in a 3 by the Sea, the bag. Oh, and I forgot to tell you, this one is Front Range bags that we got when we were in Santa Fe. So this one right here is, so that I finished, this is a test knit. Let me put it on a blocker. I was trying to find where my blockers are. Let's see. Yeah. Let me get that. All right. This is a test knit, and the yarn is Little Squirrel Yarns Cosmic Sunset. This is a sock set. And this is the sock set I won from the Crazy Sock Ladies summer sock camp. I couldn't believe that I won a prize. And the pattern, isn't this beautiful? It's called Serene, and it's serene to work on. Once you do like 4 rows, it's memorizable, and you can just go. And you just, as long as you can read your knitting, you're good to go. And for this, I did 72 stitches because I'm testing the large for her. And I did 12 rows on the cuff, 21 rows for the leg, heel flap and gusset, and then this is a total of 41 rows right here. And this is a half finished object. I have the second one started, and I just finished the cuff. Look at these cute little stitch stoppers that I got from Lofty Loops, Allison, fueled by coffee. And then here's my twice sheared sheep row counter, which these things are just amazing. Unless they fall off your knitting, then you have to recount everything. I've had that happen. But for the most part, I keep them on my knitting, and it's all good. So yeah, I just have a cuff, and I'm going to be chugging right along. the requirements were only I needed to do one sock, but I'm going to finish up the sock. So let me show you the yarn tag so you guys can see this. Little Squirrel yarn and Cosmic sock set. Oh, let me take a step back. This is not 72. This is 56. This is DK. I'm holding it double. Sorry, I'm rusty at this. My brain is not working today. But yeah, how beautiful is this? And these are going to be gifted. Somebody really likes these socks, so they're going to go to that person. Okay. Next work in progress is In a Bag by Stolen Minutes. And this is the Backcountry Knitter, and this colorway is called Sedona Sunset, and it's a 75-25, 245 yards, and it's simple DK is the base. And would you guys look at this cake of yarn? How beautiful is that? So here we are. Oops, a little tangled. I'm doing the Serene socks again on a different, this is variegated yarn. So I thought I would test it and see. I'm doing the size medium on this, 48 stitches on 3s. And I have a cute little Progress Keeper that I won. It's from 3 by the Sea. And I did my cuff. Let's see. I flip the page. I did 15 rounds for the cuff, and I did 25 rounds for the leg. And now I just finished up my shadow wrap heel, and I'm moving towards the foot. All right. So that's another sock work in progress, DK, and of course they'll knit up so fast. I bet you I'll have almost all these DK socks finished by the next time I podcast, which will probably be April. We'll see. All right. So the next sock whip I have is from West Yorkshire Spinners in the colorway Wildflower, which I believe it has a color number 872 maybe? Kind of hard to see. So I have finished the cuff. Last Sunday I cast on all of these socks, the Backcountry Knitter, this one, and then another one. But this is a 1Y1 twisted rib for 15 rounds. And now I'm just working on the leg. Look how pretty that is. I have like little Easter eggs right here on my notebook. Because it just is such a, you know, like, it reminds me of growing up and, you know, the spring colors, and it's just beautiful. I have my little row counter on. It's a little coffee cup. And here's the yarn cake. It kind of exploded just a little bit, but that's okay. I pulled from the inside. And this is in a bag from the Scrappy Thread. Oh, let me show you. Yep. So I'm just plugging away at those socks. So those ones all got started last Sunday, February 25th. All right. Another sock that got cast on last Sunday. Oh, yep. Let's see. It is Heritage Prints, and it is color number 110, and you can kind of see what it looks like going to be knit up, 75-25. And this is like the softest sock yarn I think I've ever felt. It feels like so stretchy, absolutely soft, and I just finished the heel. There we go, a little shadow wrap heel. So these ones I did 15 rounds for the cuff and 50 rounds for the leg, and I'm making these for my husband. Aren't they beautiful? My Twice Sheer Cheap, and then I have a little Progress Keeper from Twin Mountain Handcrafts on this one. So yeah, And this is what the yarn looks like. And it's in a bag from, I believe, Mountain State Stitches. Yes, Mountain State Stitches. So pretty. Okay. 2 more works in progress. And these you guys have seen before. Yes. So the first one is in a bag from Ginger Snapped Fibers. And this is my anthology throw. And I've done a decent amount of work. I don't remember when I cast this on. I'd have to look back in my notes, but here we are. It's a little scrunched up, but isn't this beautiful? Oh, I love it. And so here's a tip. Where did it go? So I'm using the row counter backwards. So not giving anything away, but there are some, rows that are stockinette. You just knit round and round and round. Well, if you mark how many you have and you go down, like you start off with, let's say you start off with 5 and you go 4, 3, 2, 1, you can keep track of it, so you don't have to like check it off. And then like, hey, I just did these, and then you can go to your pattern and then know what you're going to do for the next row. So you don't have to constantly check off every time you go through a stockinette row. So I think that I just was like, that's such a cool process. And this one has like a little cool like mermaid scale thing on there. Little stitch stoppers. The yarn I'm using for this is Sorella Oopsies. So super pretty, super beautiful. It's like flowers with all the different colors, with the pops of green and the red and the brown. All right, last work in progress. I'm gonna put all of these back in my bucket. Sometimes I just randomly pull out a bag and I'm like, oh, that's what I'm gonna work on, because sometimes I don't remember which sock's in which bag. This is the sweater for my husband. This pattern is the Woolly Waffle Sweater by Stephen West, and let's see if I can show this. Ta-da! We have split 4 sleeves, just barely. Hold on, let me see if I can get that in. Just barely, you can see right here. So we have split for sleeves, it fits good, and the yarn I'm using on this is Moonglow Yarn Co. And it's Glacial Glow colorway, and it's 100% superwash merino DK. So yay! Split for sleeves! I'm excited. Yeah. He's got broad shoulders and really big biceps, so I had to do a lot. I had to do quite a few extra yoke depth repeats. Not necessarily no increases, just more depth. He needed more depth to go down. But it's looking really good, and I can't wait to continue plugging away at this. All right. That was my last work in progress. So, acquisitions. I don't remember where I put my Freckle Whimsy. Some of you may have already seen the DK because everybody knit those up this past month. But the one that I did have not put away yet, because it shipped later on in the month, was from Storyteller Stitchery. And this is her February 2024 Golden Age Fable base, and it is 100% superwash merino, and this was based on Evelyn Hugo and the Seven Husbands. So beautiful, greens and browns, just beautiful. And this is worsted weight, so it'll make a really nice hat. It's probably what I'll use it for. The last work in progress, or not work in progress, the last acquisition I want to share with you is the Sock Project book by Summer Lee. Oh, you guys, this book is so beautiful. She did all of the photography herself. It's super pretty. There's 25 patterns in here. There's lots of tips. I love one of the tips in here. It talks about like shoe sizing, and what I find interesting is if you wear like a size 7 to 9, you're almost knitting within maybe like a half an inch to a quarter of an inch. It's this similar socks. So like somebody could fit this, you know, you could knit to 7 inches or something like that, or 9 inch, no, 7 something, I don't remember. But they would all fit. So it was very interesting that she gives all this kind of detail in here. So anyway, I know that I pre-ordered it and it did sell out. So hopefully you guys can get your hands on it. It's got 25 patterns. There's 5 different heels. There's cuff down socks, toe up socks, tips on sizing and fit. There's color work, stripey socks. There's socks with mohair. There's DK socks. There's rib socks, all kinds of stuff. Socks with fades. I mean, just look at how beautiful. Just look how beautiful that is. So, highly recommend this, and I just want to thank everybody for watching. I hope everybody likes and subscribes, and please comment down below. I love to hear what you're working on or how the weather is by you. We are sunny, 70s. Went for a walk yesterday. It was very nice. So I'm going to say goodbye and happy knitting, and I'll see you in the next one.